G'day, we're here at ARB at Thornleigh and I'm going to give you a quick tour around the workshop, see what's going on today. We've got 6 cars in, which sometimes we'll have 15 to 20, so it's not as many, but they're all very big jobs. So come on inside and we'll have a look around. We're doing a dual battery system on this in the driver's side front. We're using the Red Arc BC-DC charger, and that's great because that's got the solar input in it. So we're going to have an Anderson plug on the front, so we'll be able to plug a solar blanket or solar panels straight into the system. That'll do the regulation and everything from the solar and keep the batteries charged. We're doing a Red Arc Tow Pro brake controller as well. We're doing a Steinbauer power-up module, so that's great, awesome way for more safe power and better fuel economy. And we're also doing a pre-filter to protect the vehicle from any dirty fuel. The fuel we get in Australia is pretty rubbish, so that's another good safeguard item. Bullbar will be here hopefully today, and there's probably another couple of days worth of work to finish this off. On this 200 series today, we're putting a set of BP51 front struts in it with a replacement coil and everything. What we've come across on this one is when we've undone the lower control arm, the adjuster sees, the bushes sees through the bush in the control arm. So this one's actually not going to be able to be wheel aligned until we get a replacement bush or we replace the whole lower arm. They're normally 2 to 3 days to get those parts from Toyota. So for the moment, the car's going to go back together. We'll order those parts in, and when we get those in, we'll get the car back and we'll swap the arms or the bush out depending on what's available. Then we'll be able to get it wheel aligned. Luckily, before we pulled this apart, we marked where the adjusters were on the front suspension, so it'll go back together exactly how it was, so the wheel alignment won't be affected. Not ideal, but at least we've marked it and we can put it back there, so it'll be all right for a few days while we're waiting on those parts. We've got another work truck here today. This is a Hilux. It's going to be a top rig when it's done. We're doing this for one of our fleet customers. So we fitted one of the ARB Frontier long-range tanks, takes the capacity up by about 45 litres, so that's a great improvement for your range. We've got the Old Man Emu suspension, that's going to carry the weight of the steel tray and the load the customer's going to put in the back. We've got an uprated spring to carry that weight. We've got the Nitrocharger Sport shock absorbers. We've got our greasable shackles on the back. One of the nice little touches that we do at ARB is we have a bracket that puts the factory headlight adjuster back on through to our greasable shackle. So all the factory options work as they are. The ABS works, the brake lines aren't overstretched, the breathers aren't overstretched. We're going to give this about 50 mil of lift all around. We're going to carry that load and it's going to make the vehicle safer to drive and nicer to drive with that load on board. Around at the front of the car, and we're replacing the standard suspension with the Old Man Emu Nitrocharger Sport. Great product, Australian made, the strut's Australian made, the spring's Australian made. So that's going to carry the weight of the bar that's on the front of this car. It's going to give the vehicle a lift and it's going to make it ride a lot nicer over the bumps. It will also have a lot nicer ride quality around town, so that's going to be a great improvement. Here we've got the ARB Summit bar. It's a winch bar, so we'll be able to add a winch to that down the track if we'd like. Great features on these. We've got the big tube, we've got the provision to put the factory fog light back into the car. So that'll be retained and run with all the standard wiring. These are ADR compliant, they're airbag compatible, they're all tested and made sure that every feature of the car works exactly how it should, but you're going to get the added frontal protection. The other advantage of the bar is we've got the provisions to mount our lights, our UHF aerial, our winches. They're a great mounting platform. The ARB bar runs LED blinkers and indicators. We've got our access holes through into our winch to gain into our free spool when we fit a winch, and we'll also end up with a flip-up number plate will come across here when this all goes back together. So one of the things we pride ourselves on here at ARB Thornleigh is getting the job done to suit the customer's needs. We're happy to spend half an hour or 2 hours going through the whole job with you to make sure what we're going to do to your car is going to suit those needs. What you want might be different to what I want, might be different to what someone else wants. So our main aim is to find out what you want, what you need, and get that on your car, so when you pick it up, it's going to do exactly what you need it to do.